A child once looked up at the vast star-dusted sky and felt a pang of smallness.
He looked at the endless ocean, the towering mountains, and the sun that seemed 1,000,000 miles away.
He thought about Allah, the creator of all these magnificent things.
And a question bubbled up in his heart. Is Allah very, very far away?
It felt like calling out into an enormous, empty hall, wondering if his small voice would ever be heard. He felt a bit lost, a bit alone in the sheer scale of everything.
He walked through a garden, his little brow furrowed in thought.
So on and diligently carrying a crumb of bread, a tiny creature with a giant task.
He wondered if Allah cared for this ant just as much as he cared for the great big whales in the deep sea.
He saw a flower unfolding its petals to the morning sun, a silent, beautiful conversation. Was Allah listening to the flower's prayer? His questions felt bigger than he was, and the silence around him felt like an answer that said, yes, he is far.
But then a gentle breeze rustled the leaves of a nearby tree. It was soft and cool against his warm cheek.
It felt like a tender caress, a quiet whisper that said, I am here. He closed his eyes and just felt it. The warmth of the sun on his eyelids didn't feel distant anymore. It felt like a comforting hand on his shoulder.
He listened closely and heard the rhythmic beat of his own heart, a steady drum, thump, 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 thump. It was a sound he carried with him always, a constant, internal melody.
And in that moment, he realized this heartbeat was a gift, a sign of life given and sustained by the one he was searching for. He thought about a time he was sad, when tears had streamed down his face. Ayad prayed, his voice choked with emotion, asking for comfort.
And then his mother had come into the room, wrapped him in a warm hug, and spoken words that soothed his aching heart. Where did that comfort come from? It wasn't just his mother.
It felt like a mercy that flowed through her, a response to his silent plea. Allah wasn't in a far-off place. He was in the love that surrounded him, in the compassion he received.
The Quranic verse came to his mind, and we are closer to him than his jugular vein. He touched his neck,
feeling the pulse of life flowing so close, right there beneath his skin.
It was an astonishing thought.
The creator of the entire universe, of galaxies and supernovas, was closer to him than his own life-giving vein. Not just near, but closer.
It meant Allah knew his every thought before he spoke it, his every feeling before he could name it, his every tear before it fell. He was never, ever talking into an empty hall. Every whisper, every silent wish of his heart was heard with perfect clarity. He remembered learning about prayers.
How you don't need a special phone or a loud microphone to speak to Allah. You just need your heart.
You can be in your room, on a bus, or walking in a park, and you can connect instantly.
There's no distance, no waiting line, no busy signal.
That connection is always open, always available.
The feeling of being small didn't feel lonely anymore. It felt protected.
Like being a precious gem held carefully in the palm of a loving hand.
The vastness of the universe wasn't intimidating. It was a beautiful masterpiece painted by the one who was intimately aware of his own small existence. He opened his eyes and looked at the world again. The sky didn't seem so distant, the mountains not so imposing.
They were all signs, beautiful reminders pointing back to the same truth.
The peace he felt wasn't from finding a big, loud answer from the heavens. It came from a quiet, profound realization within. Allah was not far away in the sky. He was close, in the breeze, in the warmth, in the love, in the very beat of his heart.
And this closeness was the most comforting, most powerful truth in the entire universe. The boy smiled.
He wasn't small and lost.
He was no nerd and cherished. He was never alone. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections. Stay blessed.